Good day to you, viewers. The Colonel speaking to you live from the Grange, British Imperial YouTube Broadcasting. So we've got another is Master's Voice Record Sampler, April 1932, parts 1 and 2. This is C21. Here we go. And I can get it on the turntable. There you go. All in one, almost.
What is your favourite instrument? Many people prefer the violin,
Yes,
and it certainly does record very gratefully. Listen, for example, to this superb record of the Meditation from Massenet's opera Thais. It's on the His Master's Voice supplement for April. I expect you all know the tune. Perfect tone. No wonder Misha Elman, who played that record, is one of the most famous of all violinists. The number was DB1537. The London Symphony Orchestra, who record exclusively for His Master's Voice, have chosen this month the Petite Suite de Concert by Coleridge Taylor. In spite of being played everywhere and by all sorts of bands, it never loses its fragrant charm. Here's a little bit of the Demande et Réponse. This is typical of the value of our Plum label records. 6 months ago, the London Symphony Orchestra would have cost you 13 shillings. Now you can have the whole suite for 8 shillings. We've had a violin record, an orchestral record. Now let's turn to a voice. And what a voice. Richard Crookes, singing The Springtime Reminds Me of You.
And the flowers bring back all those hours, and the springtime reminds me of you. The song of a bird recalls every word and tells of the joy we knew. Though we loved for a while, soon we had to part, and your
You see, even a simple ballad can be turned into a thing of beauty by the magical voice of Richard Crookes. That was a 4-shilling record too. The number was DA1258. London's newest show is The Cat and Fiddle, and it's chock full of good tunes. There are several records on the April list of music from this delightful show, but I rather think you might like to hear William Walker and Peggy Cochrane playing a medley of the best hits on 2 pianos. The Night Was Made for Love. Something rather different in the way of musical comedy tunes, isn't it? The number of the record is B4004. Finally, before we turn to the other side and hear some of the lighter His Master's Voice records for April, I want to play to you a few bars of one of the most perfect soprano records ever issued. It's the Nightingale Song, sung and whistled by Elizabeth Schumann, and the number is E552.
Once again, the most sweet nightingale. Once again, as we have seen the Once again,
side, viewers. Jolly good selection that was. Here we go.
Let's start this side with a dance record from the April list, one by Ray Noble and his new Mayfair Orchestra, with those syncopated singers, Eddie and Rex. It's called My Girl Don't Love Me Anymore.
Fruits of love have gone from me, all that's left's a raspberry. My girl don't love me anymore, anymore. My girl don't love me anymore. Her teeth are not her own, you see, perhaps that's why she's false to me. My girl don't love me anymore, anymore. My girl don't love me anymore.
Personally, I think it's one of the most successful dance records we've ever issued. The number is B6157. Next comes Frank Crummett in one of his usual charming inconsequentialities, which this time he calls The Lady of My Dreams, taught me how to play the second fiddle.
I never was sharp on the old Jew's harp. And in the spring, when all was bliss, I used to sing a song like this. And I guess I better stick to second fiddle.
Sometimes I think Crummett is the perfect recorder. His voice is so easy and he never strains after effect. Just let me give you the number. B4102. Have you ever noticed how tunes which have been written for some time suddenly spring into popularity? Here's an example. A ballad called Trees, and the Groot's Trio have made a most attractive record of it. I can't play you more than a few bars, but I hope it will tempt you to hear the whole thing through. That record by Groot was B4097. You'll remember that we've made one or two medleys lately of famous artists, and we persuaded Grace Fields to do one, in which she revives half a dozen of her past successes. I'll play a few bars of Because I Love You, which of course was His Master's Voice record that made her famous.
Thank you very much, Miss Fields. Now, Miss Fields, I wonder whether you would mind singing us one of your comical songs.
Oh, I'll sing anything for you because I love you.
Thank you very much.
Well, there you are, funny noises and all. May I draw your attention to the remarkably fine recording of this medley by Gracie Fields. The number is C2378. Finally, another dance record, this time by Ambrose. It's called She Didn't Say Yes, and it comes from the Cat and Fiddle. Ambrose tells me it's one of the best he's made. I think you'll agree too. The number is B6153. Very short snatches of tune on this record, but if there are any which appeal to you, why not ring up your dealer and ask him to send them along? He will do so with pleasure.
Yes, I'm sure you will, viewers. A delightful selection of tunes, weren't they? Hope you enjoyed them. Thank you and goodbye.